Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Quantum Leap. This is Doug McKay. I am the founder and head moderator for Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a private group of traders that come together to trade. We have a private Skype room. If you're interested in checking it out, I'll put my contact information up at the end of the homework session, and you can give me a contact request. I'll invite you into the chat room. Each morning we come together to look at the market, take a look at it. I start with a very basic routine of looking at just a simple candlestick chart, trends in the different time frames. I work my way from the macro to the micro, monthly down into the intraday. And then I take a look at the structure of the market, looking at the composite and the volume profile. And then we drill down until we get to a point where we create our trade levels and our targets. Each morning I do put out the levels for the day. These are the ones that we had for yesterday, June 22nd. You can see that balance was 21.13 1/4. We certainly found that. We moved up and had a high on the day at we have a high on the day 21. Sorry, I just went blank there for a second. What was our high on the day? Was our high 21? No, I've written down 21.22 was our high, and I wrote down the wrong amount. I hope I didn't put that out. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's 21.22. So our high was 21.22 on the day, which was just above our target, above the second resistance. Our main target definitely was hit at 21.1650, and then the low on the day was 21.1125, which was this first support below that balance area. I thought we'd get down to that 21.0975 on the sell-off into the close. We just didn't quite make it, and then the buyer stepped in and took us up. And I tried to hold on through the extended hours, but I ended up dumping them out for a loss. But that's trading. Before we get going, let's get the legals out of the way. This information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for the trades or decisions you make. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk of loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to financial situation. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors could lose more than initial investment. No one here is a certified trading advisor. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own trade plan, your own risk parameters. Okay, so let's just get started. The trend very much intact. We're trading 21.1625. That's balance in this area right now. If we can hold above that 21.0875, 21.0850 area, even 21.08, I still believe that we're going to take out all those unequalized highs, and we'll talk about that when we get to the composite. Good slope, good separation. Trend is very much intact on the monthly. On the weekly, we've come down and tested this. We still have a possible head and shoulder setting up, but if we break that 21.34, that'll negate that. But we do see a little bit of slope, not quite separation that we had this part of the trend here, but the trend is still intact on the weekly. On the daily, you can see that we're starting to get a start of a trend. We have a naked cross right here at 21.0150. Mark that down. That will get closed out at some point in time. So if we break that 21.08 area, that 21.0150 is going to be a main target for us below. Going down to the intraday, see if we've got any trends coming into this RTH session. You can see we've had a very decent trend up. We had a FUBAR, Mr. Sneaky Tech Gap, came down, closed the gap, and then we did not stayed below the 20 SMA. We gapped up on the open, and the trend continues. We're losing a little bit of slope, but we do have slope and separation on the 4-hour. And I think you'll see it's going to strengthen during the course of the next couple days. On the 30-minute, we do have consolidation. There is no trend on the 30-minute. There's a possibility of a start of a trend here with this move down, off of the news, going down to the 5-minute. Coming into the market, we do have a start of a trend down. We are creating a technical gap here. We do have a naked cross above us at 1775. Mark that down. It's on the 5-minute. That's one I'll be watching to get taken out sometime today if we come up and violate this start of this trend down. So let's take a look at the composite. Now, we had a neutral day yesterday. What's a neutral day? A neutral day is where we break the IB high and then we break the IB low. So the probabilities is a lot of times when you see a neutral day, which is a balanced day, a price acceptance at a level. A lot of times a neutral day will be followed by another neutral day. So we have to be watching how they open. We're going to be opening inside of value and inside of range. So we're pointing towards another rotational day, but the probabilities are we'll have another neutral day or a rotational day at least, possibly even a normal day. It's very rare, but we have to be looking for those things based on the statistical probabilities of day types. But if we break above the value area above, then I would anticipate that we'd get a rotational day with an upside bias, and I'll talk about that a little bit when we start setting up our levels. In terms of the bigger picture, we are still broken outside of the longer-term microcomposite value area. That's at that 210850 area. It's right below the CLVN at 210875. So right now we're in price discovery, and they've gapped up and they've accepted value higher right now in around the 3-day. The 3-day microcomposite VPOC is at 2113.50. So we're trying to hold value and accept value above the longer term price acceptance or value area. So right now, as long as we stay above 210850, you have to assume that they're going to continue their price discovery up and try to go and take out these equalized highs. So we have these unequalized highs at 2124.50, which is the September contract RTH high. Then we have the September contract all-time high up at 2126, and then above that, so we have unequalized highs on the Globex and the RTH session. And then we also have unequalized highs on the June contract and the September contract. And those are 32.25 for the June RTH high and 34 for the June all-time high, or what I consider to be the all-time high, because I don't adjust all-time highs personally. So probability is that as long as we stay in this price discovery, that we will continue up and equal out all of those RTH, all of those all-time highs, and we'll probably go and make a new high above 2134. Will it be done today? Don't know, but as long as we stay above this value area, this longer-term value area, you have to assume that they're going to continue this price discovery up. So you have to be careful on your shorts. You don't want to get squeezed and get caught in any type of a blow off top. Right now we're trading 21.15, balance in this area at 16.50. We have a little bit of resistance, CLVN at 17 and a quarter. 17.50 is the 3-day value area high, with the 21.18 and a quarter, which is a CHVN. The 16.50 is also where we tried to hold value last time we went in and made these new highs. So I want to see them solidly accept the 1650. One of my main hypotheses today is that we're going to get stuck in this area between 22 and 1650 down to this 1450, and we get stuck in this wick right here. That's one of my main hypotheses. That changes if we get below this 21.1250. If we get below 21.1250, then I'd be looking to come down and test the lower range from yesterday at 21.11 and possibly come back to test this value area high. We've got a little bit of a micro composite LVN at 11.75. Our range low is 11 and a quarter from yesterday. So basically I'm looking for a balanced day, either with a little bit of downside potential to test that 0875 if we break below the 1250. But if we hold that 1250 and we find responsive buyers down here in this 1350 area to 1250 area, and then rotate back up through value, I've been looking for a rotational day with an upside bias, challenging 22, maybe even going up and testing the first all-time high at the RTH September 2450 high. So let's take a look at what we've got going on in terms of overnight. Our overnight session is at 21, high is at 21.20.50. Now remember, those that have been around, that 21.20 and a quarter was a key level that we were trading at when we were in that, when we were making those all-time highs. It was a very important CLVN that we were trading off of, and it's now starting to show up in the September contract versus the June contract, and we found responsive buyers or sellers there at 21.20.50 yesterday. So our overnight high is 21.20.50, and our overnight low is down at the 13 and a quarter, which is basically sitting right on yesterday's value area low. So right now, inside a value and inside a range, I would look for them to come down and take out this overnight low first and test these lower levels, possibly come down and take out this 21.0975. Overnight, we've got a very balanced profile. Overnight VPOC is at 1675. Right around that 1650 CHVN and former micro composite VPOC. So we don't need this anymore. Let me just expand this out. You can see also right now that we're below the Keltner center line. The 1650.17 is our Keltner center line. A test to the lower Keltner line right now will take us down to test the range low from yesterday at 11 and a quarter. But we have to wait for the RTH to open up. Now, we could get some, we still have a half hour, so we still have time to go and make a new overnight low, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that. In terms of how to trade this is going to be a tricky open because we're going to be right inside a balance. The only level I can see that you could trade off right off the open would be to come down, take out the overnight low, hold that 1250, and test the value area low while we take out that overnight low. So what I'm going to use, gotta move this to the back. Hold on a second. I'm going to use this area right here from the 13 and a quarter down to 1250, because just below the value area low and that CHVN at and micro composite VPOC at 1350, you've got the CLVN. Let me just bring this up. You have the CLVN at 1250. You also have the naked close. So the gap close is down here at 1275. So you've got a really big target down here for them to come down and take out. So I'm anticipating that we could get a move down on the open to take these levels out if we don't go down there and before we get to the RTH open and expand our overnight low and test these lower levels. The next area that I'm looking at that is close is this 1125. If we break below the 1125, I'm going to be looking to get short into the 2109.75 with our key line in the sand right here below it at 2108.50. Okay, and then if we do break below the 2108.75 or 0850 area, then I'm looking that we're likely going to come down and come into the lower area of the last couple days of trading and test this 2103.75 and 2101.50. But with my first target below is going to be 2101.05, 2105.50. I can say that. And then a trade area for me is going to be at the 2103.75 because we'll probably get, and I don't usually use a CHVN as a trade area. I usually like to trade the CLVNs, but because of the fact that this is a CHVN and we're likely to come down here, I'd be looking for the first spot to find responsive sellers or responsive buyers down here for a move back up to test the 05 and 0850 level. My next main target below is going to be that 2101.50. This is a level that was very important to us in the June contract, and it's starting to show itself again. And this is my main target below line in sand. And then the lower areas, we've got some support coming in at 2150. I'm sorry, 2100 and a quarter. And then the next big target below is going to be down here at this 2097 and a quarter. We've got a naked close here at 97.50, a range low at 97.50, and this is not a key line in the sand. I don't know why my IRT is doing this. Okay, and then below 97, you've got this 94.50 as support, and then you get 91.50 and 89 and a quarter, and all those numbers below there. I don't think we're going to get down there today. It's beyond our range right now, and so above. Now this gets a little bit trickier because of the fact that you've got a lot going on right here between 1350 and 1650. And our VPOC from yesterday is at that 1450, 1475 area. So there's no real edge here. And I really don't see an edge until we get back above this 2118 and a quarter value area high. So that's definitely going to be a trade area, and we'll either find responsive sellers there or we'll have a breakout of value and go up and take out the overnight high and those upper numbers. If you were to take a riskier trade, because it's going to be hard to find an edge, something to lean against here, the LVN, even though it was a pretty balanced trade, the LVN is at 17. Well, at 17 and a quarter, you've got a minor CLVN and the value area high from the 3-day microcomposite at 1750. So, and you've got the midpoint at 17 and a quarter. So if you wanted to take a tighter trade, then you could use this 2117. You just got to make sure that you're in and you're scaled, before you get to that 18 and a quarter. Personally, I'm going to be playing it safe today because I didn't trade well, so I'm going to tighten up my my trading today, and I'm going to wait for the breakout of the 18 and a quarter or the rejection of the value area high and seller stepping in for a trade back towards balance. My main thought of trading today is to try to buy the dips and build a position to get into those all-time highs as long as they hold above that 2108. Below 2108.50, then my hypothesis that I'll start looking for shorts to go down and test those lower levels and possibly back into that 2097 area. So that's what I'm looking at. Right now we're trading 15. We're going to be, again, inside of value, inside of range. So keep your risk tight, know where you're wrong, but as long as we stay above the 2108.50, try to make your trades to the long side as best you can. If you're taking shorts, make sure that you're scalping and you're getting risk off the table very quickly, because we could see a squeeze and a move to test that 24 and a quarter first target. Up here, coming into these all-time highs, I do not suggest trying to short at all. Try to buy the dips and go for the run to equalize all these highs. We do have measured moves. We have measured moves at 39, 42.50, 21.50, and 66 and a quarter are the measured moves that I'm watching. There are some other ones up there, but those are the ones that are important to me. And as you can see, I don't have any trade areas up here because I've got nothing, nothing to lean against, but I will be looking for setups that will keep me in the direction, and I'm going to try to build a swing position in the next couple days that I can hold into these upper targets, because I do believe that we're going to get this move up and get our blow off top, if not just a continuation higher. Taking a look at gold. Gold, we were looking at that 1179 target yesterday. We only got down to the 80. We only got down to the 76 area. Why is that giving me the wrong information? Low 76. Yes, we got in. That is wrong. Let me just do this. I'm not going to bother with it right now. I got to see why these are giving me wrong numbers in my on my heading here. Anyway, so we've fallen out of the balance up here. We've come back down into balance that we broke out of to the upside. So right now, balance is at this 1194 area. The level I'll be watching today is going to be this value area low at 75.50. And if we get below 75.50, I'd be looking for them to come back down and into this 1173.50 microcomposite, where we found buyers before, to take a run back up towards the composite VPOC that goes all the way back to 2008. The next main target below is down here at 1171.90. So that is still, if we can't get back up above this value area high here at 1184.75 above the CLVN, I'm looking for continuation to search for buyers as we get this blow off. Hopefully, is going to be a blow off top on the indices. The next big support level is down here at 1161.70. If we break 1161.70, the next big target below for gold is down here at 1128. but I'm not anticipating that big of a move yet. It's going to be tough to get away from this magnet, and I imagine that we're going to come back up here again in the next couple weeks to test this 1200 level again, because it's such a strong magnet, being the most traded price going all the way back to 2008. Above 92.50, don't even think about it. Get long. Get long into that 1200. It's going to be another good trade. We took this trade on this day, and it was a great trade, and I'm looking for that opportunity again. With gold, you got to be really picky, because you don't want to get chopped up unless you got a fairly large maximum risk. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm going to take a quick break. I am going to do some trading this morning, and hopefully do a much better job than I did yesterday, but at least I don't have the technical difficulties that I did. Taking a look at the stealth right now, the overall bias is pretty equal right now. Midterm, you've got sentiment to the short side. The long-term sentiment is pretty much mixed right now. We're really not stretched out on the equilibrium. Balance right now is at 21.15 on the order book. We don't get stretched out until we get into that 16 and a quarter to 16.75, back into what I consider to be balance in this area. So very mixed, and we're not overcommitted or or overbought or oversold. So right now, not much to guide us on what's going on within the current auction and on the order book. Let's see what the RTH gives us, and see if we can make everybody some money today. I will put out the numbers. I put them out in QL. I'll go and put them on Twitter and on StockTwits. These are the levels I've been watching. Again, not much to the upside other than these, all-time high targets getting equalized out with the measured moves above, and then all our levels below, with our key line in the sand right now today at 21.0850. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we will catch you on the flip side.